5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Take me, but let the boy go.
I'm afraid he has already gone.
Welcome to Sacrilicious with Robin and Snerts, a Simpsons review podcast. I'm your lovable nerd Snerts, aka Joshua Stearns, and joining me is the equally delightful Robin. Don't have a cow. Coward!
Hey, Josh. How you doing, buddy? Happy birthday month.
Thank you. Happy birthday to you. Did you have a nice birthday week?
Yeah, it was great. I went to Jazz Fest in New Orleans last weekend. Got to hang out with family down there, especially my cousin Lindsay, who is 6 days younger than me. So her birthday is coming up on the 12th, and we had just an absolute blast. And it's been a great week. How about you?
Yeah, it was good. Nothing too exciting. You know, I went to the office on Tuesday and had a full day. And it was good. Closed it out at my local favorite hangout spot, happy hour spot. I was going to say, good old Boardwalk 11. And I'll get more of that because I was struggling to find shout outs, so I was saving that for the end of the show.
All right.
But it's also Mother's Day out there, so happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Happy Mother's
recording
Day.
on Mother's Day. It's not coming out on that, to be clear.
Correct.
And I did my things, and I fired off some text messages, sent out some flowers. So to everybody who is a mom, wants to be a mom, just thinks they're a mom, even though they're not, it's fine. Just all celebrate, all enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a mom.
Yeah, sure. If you work hard enough. That's the thing. You got to put in the hours.
I'm a mom to a food baby.
Oh, do we need to take a break?
No, it's still in there.
Okay. Oh, someone's
Big
baking
lunch.
brownies.
Big lunch. Oh, God.
All right. Well, that's enough of that nonsense. If this is your first episode of Sacrilicious with Robin and Snerts, here's how it works. One of us will pick an episode of The Simpsons to discuss. We go through the plot, provide questionable impressions, and point out our favorite bits. This season, we're all about themes. And to kick things off, we have The Simpsons are going to insert place here.
The Simpsons are going to
Japan,
The Simpsons are going to
Brazil,
The Simpsons are going to
India,
The Simpsons are going
USA. Perfect.
Next up on the itinerary, we head to the largest country in South America. That's right, folks. It's Brazil. And I picked from season 13, episode 15, Blame It on Lisa, directed by Stephen Dean Moore, written by Bob Benditson. That sounds right. Sorry, Bob. And it has a first air date of March 31st, 2002. One of these days, I will actually read these names out loud before just hitting record, so I don't get thrown off by the littlest thing.
Pronunciation is not your friend, Josh.
No.
No.
Benditson.
Sure.
yeah.
Let's go with that one.
So I picked this episode because they go to Brazil,
It's a
and that's
travel
part of the
show.
theme, right? Like, do you remember this
Absolutely.
one back in 2002 at all?
Yes, vaguely, but I don't think I had watched it much since then. That was right when I had moved to Los Angeles, and I wasn't watching as much as I had in college. In college, I had a crew, and we would get together and do bong rips and watch Simpsons reruns, which is glorious.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw
consistent.
this when it came out because I would have been in early college.
Yep.
But I probably didn't see it again until the DVDs came out.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I've seen this one. It's been a long time.
Well, I mentioned in our last episode too that I didn't really remember anything from this episode, so I wasn't too sure what we were going to get into. And then as we were watching it, I was like, "Oh, nipple tassels! Things are coming back, right?"
Yep. Yeah, I thought it was the one from Cuba. I was remembering some of the jokes from the
Oh.
Cuba episode. It's Carnival de Burro. Is the one
Gotcha.
that I thought. But yeah, it was a pleasant surprise.
Well, a little bit of a spoiler warning for our next segment. Maybe there was some Caribbean themes in here that don't really apply to Brazil. So why don't we get into it? Let's do everyone's favorite copy paste segment, Behind the Wiki.
A wick, wick,
A
wick,
wick,
a wick,
a wick,
wick, a
a wick, a
wiki,
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 wick,
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 wiki,
wick,
wiki,
a wick, a wiki.
wiki.
Before I get into that, hearing that beautiful, beautiful Wilhelm scream reminded me of something I heard on another podcast, The Ralph Report, and someone called in and said their nonverbal child does their own version of the Wilhelm scream because
Oh,
Ralph uses it a lot in his Ralph Report. And I thought that was just the most amazing thing ever.
learning to communicate through the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah. I mean, it must be rough for the family, but it's also awesome if they're like, in that kind of situation. So like I don't know, it warmed the cockles of my heart, Robin.
God forbid Josh, he falls down a well, and all you hear is ah, and
It's
like, oh, not again.
It's so funny. That's what I want in my biopic when I fall down the well. Just use the Wilhelm scream. We'll be good.
We need to put a tape recorder in your casket. It's just
Yeah.
you going ah.
Ah! All right, back to the wiki. Guess what? This takes place in Brazil, and the animators based much of their work on photography taken by a staff member who had previously visited country. So, like, some person was on vacation or whatever and had a bunch of photos, and they're like, "Oh, this is good
research.
enough. Here we go."
It's called research.
Well, it made it sound like the person was like, "This wasn't planned," and then someone was like, "Oh, I've been to Brazil. Here's a bunch of photos,"
And this
because the internet wasn't as robust as it is today, right? It's
well,
not
I
like you
mean,
can
the internet was nothing,
Right.
back then. Still, pretty much. I mean, you could find some stuff, but there was almost nothing going on. But you also didn't have like phones with pictures on them, so he had to bring like the old the little-
camcorder.
No, I mean, you could do
Yeah,
camcorder, but I was thinking,
or the
with those little
disposables.
the slides they do.
Oh,
and
sure,
the
yeah.
round, click, click. And this is us, like Patty and Selma do in one of the earlier episodes.
We had that in our Australian episode too, where the representative from the government is showing a slideshow of Australian and American relations.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the Wikipedia wants us to know that this is not the first time in which the Simpsons travel to a location outside of the United States.
Oh, good.
It that tickled me pink, man, because we're at what, season 13?
Yeah.
And they're like, and then they proceeded to list every single other country that they have visited, which I will not be doing right now. But I was just like one of those entries where I'm like, well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. According to the showrunner Al Jean, the staff members of The Simpsons asked Tiger Woods to do a guest appearance in this cartoon, but they were turned down. Probably for the best.
I mean, the context, it's interesting. The only reference to golf is in the beginning with the
right. So maybe Tiger Woods would have been part of the Itchy and Scratchy cartoon.
There you go.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know. So Blame It on Lisa was met with a lot of negative reception in Brazil shortly after it was broadcast in the United States. I mean, Australians wrote some angry letters to the studio. They went a little bit further, and I'm going to get into some details right now. So Alex Belos, the Guardian's correspondent in Brazil, commented that one of the things upsetting Brazilians was the many inaccuracies featured in the episode, such as the conga and the macarena supposedly being popular dances in Brazil. The conga is actually a Caribbean dance, and the macarena does not come from Brazil, nor is it frequently performed there.
Oh, good.
Roberto Piera, an official at the city's Center of Sexual Education, stated to the Foreign Press Association, "Americans think we are inferior, ignorant, perverted, dirty animals." And I almost did an accent there that was probably very offensive. And guess what, folks? It's probably going to come back. On April 6, 2002, it was reported by the Brazilian media, the Realtor, which is the tourist board for Rio de Janeiro. They're planning to sue Fox for damaging their international image of a city. The suit went nowhere because we have this little thing called the First Amendment.
Suck it, Brazil.
James L. Brooks soon issued a statement saying, "We apologize to the lovely city and people of Rio de Janeiro. And if that doesn't settle the issue, Homer Simpson's offer to take on the president of Brazil is on Fox Celebrity Boxing. So he's basically like, you get your president, we'll get our Homer, and they can do celebrity boxing on Fox. It's a very like almost. I feel like Trump would use that as like a negotiating tactic. It's like, no, let's just get in the ring; it'll be fine. And that's all I have. It's
Fox.
really short and sweet. But they actually like tried to sue Fox for this
Yeah.
episode. And honestly, when you get into it, you kind of see like just a lot of generic Latin themes that don't necessarily fit Brazil specifically. So I could kind of understand them being upset that they're being stereotyped and not even
And they
stereotyped
go-
accurately for certain things.
They go pretty hard on a couple of things too, which we'll get into in the thing. But they go pretty hard on a couple of bits, you know,
Right.
that I think.
But it
could
also
have
makes me
proved
wonder,
wrong,
and I didn't
but-
do this research, is like what other show like Fast and Furious was in Brazil.
Sure.
Call of Duty has had Brazil levels like where you're running through the slums, like fighting like militia or banditos or whatever the fuck they're called, right?
Uh-huh.
Like so, there's been like these portrayals of Brazil in my experience that haven't been so flattering. And so I'm just
Yeah.
wondering if like that's a constant thing, and if is like, what do they think is a positive, movie that shows
Everybody
Brazil?
hates Brazil.
Are they just like the punching bag of South America? They don't speak Spanish. They speak Portuguese. They have nice butts. They have a beautiful beach. Like,
Listen, the truth is, everybody loves Brazil. Brazil's,
yeah.
I would love to go there. I mean,
Oh my God,
just the-
Carnival. It sounds
exactly.
amazing.
And I mean, yeah. I mean, in any given day, just it's a particular and world known culture that
Their
seems
football team are
lovely.
amazing, and I love seeing all the hotties in the stands. Man, those genetics, when you mix them all together, create just beautiful people. Like it's so good.
Mix them together in the lab, Josh.
Yeah.
because
Oh
the
no,
German
no. We're not doing
scientists-
eugenics. No.
Duh.
See,
Yeah.
duh. How about you, man? On your side, anything from the other Simpson Wikipedias?
I love it. It does the goofs, and one of them is Homer in this episode. Spoiler alert: gets kidnapped, and it shows them in the very next scene, on a speedboat going down the Amazon.
Yes.
It said Amazon River is actually located 2,860 kilometers from Rio, and it would take
Oh,
5
shit.
hours and 55 minutes. I love the detail.
Yeah.
5 hours and 55 minutes to get there by plane, and 6 days by a car. So
Again, just
yeah.
stupid Americans, giant ass
Yeah.
country, the biggest in South
Yeah.
America, and we're like, it has to be next to the Amazon, right? It's kind of
But,
like
I
when
also-
people think that I live next to Death Valley. It's like, no, I live in LA.
yeah. Did you ever go to, yeah, exactly.
Nice. Anything else?
I loved it that, it's talking about the censorship where Rio and Brazil were very poorly depicted in this. So,
Yes.
but whoever wrote this bit of it was like clearly angry at it.
Oh, hit us. What do you got? I want to hear the anger.
Because it's like, as a whole, we're depicted very poorly with many geographical, factual, and language errors, as well as tasteless jokes about the culture, such as colorful rats running through the favelas, sexualized children showing on television, and poor kids robbing tourists. The Brazilian tourist board protested the results. Really, Globo pulled the episode, and it kind of goes on and on there. The apologizing for the unflattering depiction, and then it goes on to talk about how eventually though, like, they stopped censoring it, and like they was a brief thing. But then later it goes, my favorite was on the airplane. Bart studies Spanish, so he can understand the local people. Marge informs him that the Brazilians speak Portuguese, parentheses, which is the only fact the Simpsons writers got right on this episode. It's just like dripping out of the wiki,
Yeah.
there, which I thought was really funny.
I mean, I know un poquito español, so like it is like when Bart like runs off with his rant, that we'll get into later.
Yeah.
Did basically what was going on. So there was a couple of times where I was like, I'm pretty sure that's a Spanish word and not a Portuguese word, but I don't know Portuguese, so it's from a place. Sweet, man. Yeah. So a little bit of a kerfuffle for this one. And I have to say, like, The Australian one I kind of get because it was like based off of like American pop culture's like outlook of Australian. I'm not too sure where this like outlook came of Brazil from the
Yeah.
back, you know?
Yeah, they definitely there was an edge to this episode. Like they were pushing some of it, which
Right.
I it's part of it. It works for me anyway.
Nice. All right.
Also, I'm violently xenophobic. So
Well, that's why you live in Georgia. Uh,
right.
right. So we have a couch gag. The Simpsons are marionettes and they get tangled up in strings, and we have a frustrated Matt Groening, who's the puppet master. Okay.
Yeah,
Sweet.
it was
It's
all
like we
right.
said before. We get it. Cool.
I do like that they always, anytime they portray themselves, they make themselves like awful monsters, and he's like very angry puppet master in this one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like also I've been listening to a podcast about Team America and how like hard it was for all the puppets to be working. So I got flashbacks of
Oh,
like Matt and
God.
Trey like complaining about that as well. So we start things off in a very violent fashion with everyone's favorite cat and mouse cartoon, Itchy and Scratchy, and they are we got a par for the corpse, which is a golf pun.
Well, in the first, there's another pun right away where Itchy's like, "Gee, one up for me, catty," like catty, but yeah, catty. And then Scratchy's like, "Sure thing, mousy." Like he's also making a pun, but he's not. And
Right. No,
and,
and also it's the kind of thing where like I feel like someone's grandpa would make that joke, you know?
yeah,
It's like, oh, it's a
exactly.
catty, you know, because they're a cat. We also have the parody generally of a trip to the moon, because what happens is Itchy jumps onto Scratchy, knocking him to the ground. He takes out a golf club, does a clean swing against the head. It comes clean off the body and it goes flying into the eye of the moon. And we get another pun as well. You have that one ready?
The moon going, "Now that's what I call a moonshot."
And then, like, for some reason, the mouse like flips dollar bills onto the corpse of the cat.
It's a Caddyshack reference.
Is that a Caddyshack?
Yeah,
Oh, that movie's
Rodney
terrible.
Dangerfield in Caddyshack.
Yeah, that makes sense. Terrible movie. Homer, like they kind of, and Homer and Bart are watching the cartoon. There's no Lisa this time, so usually you think it's the kids, but Homer then says the very end, like, "Oh, I'll call that a moonshot." You know, it's like they said that in the cartoon, Dad. I don't think they did.
I love that. This is actually the start of this episode where there are so many dumb Homer jokes of different all sorts that come in, but this one it's ha 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 ha. Now that's what I call a moonshot. Yeah, Daddy just said that.
I love it because it's like kind of, he's not jerk ass Homer in this one. He's very much like lovable buffoon. And he's just kind of along for the ride
100%.
for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, he's not really trying to, he doesn't have any like skin in this game. He's just kind of going with the flow. So we get another phone bill, right? This time it's $400 for a call to Brazil. So much like the Australian episode with the collect call that Bart made, we get another situation where the family can only travel if they get a large phone bill.
I love Homer. He says, "Boy, did you make the prank call to Brazil?" And he's like, "No, sir, I didn't." And Homer goes, "Choke on your lies." And he starts
choking him so good. And the way he delivers "choke on your lies" is like such perfect like venom. You know, it's like he's just heard this so many times before. And then we get a series of jokes about phone companies that I felt were kind of dated.
Definitely dated. I mean, like this was so particular at the time where was it
time AOL and AT&T were merging, or somebody else?
Well, that was later. This was like Pac Bell and all of the old companies that were anti-monopoly, and then they did away with anti-monopoly legislation, and so they all started coming into the conglomerates, and it was like Ameritech and Nextel and all these, and they just kept like buying each other until you had the ones we have now, AT&T, Verizon, and
see, I must have just been, we have a very similar background, but there is the age difference. I feel like that all kind of just happened. Like, and I wasn't aware of any of that, because to me, it's like I barely had a pager at this time, if anything.
it was definitely comical. Like when Verizon came, everybody's looking around like, What the hell? Everything
Yeah.
used to be called something Bell, which made
Oh,
sense.
okay,
And
because
then
of like Alexander Graham Bell,
it's another joke is they get like more and more like funny names. Compactwhack and
Yeah, well, and that's followed up
Neangular.
too with the visual gag that we get for the next scene, and because they're going to protest the bill and go to the store, and we see a sign for Comquack, which is spelled COMQUAAQ, is
Obviously,
replaced with
Comcast.
Zovav, which is ZOVUVAZZ, which is pretty funny.
I don't know
And
if
we get
that's
a
the
lot
right
of
pronunciation there,
I don't give
but
a shit.
I'll go with
We get a lot of like jokes about this feeling so high tech, because cell phones are around. But then we get kind of like a very futuristic looking robot trio who are basically the old operator ladies.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
they're doing the switchboard, but it's all robotic. And so one of the robots turns and goes, I says to Miri, I says, that guy's a bum. And you know me, I love so I says to
We
Sue, I
love it.
says,
We love it. And you get like the dialing Mary Hill 56309. It's like
yeah, and I
old
don't
timey.
remember when Futurama came out, but these women feel like someone that Bender would date.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? We also have a celebrity sighting, the movie phone guy.
See, kids.
Can you elaborate about the movie phone guy for us?
Listen, so there's two ways to get movie times, and it used to just be the paper. You go to the paper, and it would tell you literally all of them for the week, or that day, whatever it was. There's a weekend one, or you call up the movie phone, which is a phone number you call, and it had the guy that did. You do the voice better than me. But yeah, he was how we all started getting our information about the
So
movies.
my parents had a subscription to the Los Angeles Times. We didn't have to bother ourselves this movie phone fellow. I tell you that right away. And so we would just look up the Times in our local paper.
Yes.
Yeah, I never used the
or
movie phone.
Jeeves would look it up for us.
But this guy had about his 15 minutes of fame, right? Like he was doing kind of cameos here and there, right? Because his voice was so iconic.
Solid, 10 a decade where he was very well known. Yeah.
Sweet. And he's on a date, and we just get basically movie stuff. And he's like, this episode will be rated R for brief nudity. And the shtick continues as we go through the call center, and basically one of the employees gets hung up on and he freaks the fuck out. Okay. Then the customer.
Well, actually, wait. I'm sorry. I was trying to look up and see if the actual movie phone guy was in this, and it doesn't look like there is.
Oh, let me see if there's anything mentioned.
This. No, I don't think so. But no, they walk by and the guy goes, would you? I want to talk to you about your long distance plan, and he goes, she hung up on me. What did I do? I love this joke because we all hate it now. I love that joke because all now, whenever you get a phone call and they're like, "Hi, how are you doing today?" and you're like, either you hang up or you're like, "Who is this?" And then you hang up. Like we all do it now. But the idea that the person on the other end is like, I don't know. I love that joke.
All right, sweet. It didn't quite land for me, but it's all right. That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
What did land for me is Lindsay Nagel being back as the customer service rep, and Marge basically has one of the best questions of the entire episode, maybe the entire season. We've met you many times, Miss Nagel. Why do you keep changing jobs? I'm a sexual predator. Oh, now here's something that I thought of, Josh or Robin, that I didn't want to really dive into because I was thinking of us making a fake ad with the Lindsay Nagel support group of guys that she, abused. But then I was like, you know what? That's going to lead us down some dark sexual predator jokes. And I don't think I want to explore that ocean.
Yeah, I feel that. No, it's part of the biting humor of this episode that I like because it's stark. I mean, it's these days it's even more upsetting given that we don't really hold people accountable for that anymore. But it's biting,
Yeah, and it's quick. It's one of those things if you blink and you miss it.
Ooh,
Right, because it's never brought up again. They just quickly move on to negotiating the bill. What do you think of his tactics here, trying to get the bill lowered?
I love it. He's like, "We're not gonna pay it," and she's like, "Well, I'll just cut off your service." And he goes, "Well, I'm just gonna cut off your ponytail."
And Marge is like,
What?
"What are you talking
Hey,
about?"
hey, hey. It's like it's called negotiating, Marge.
And then we get back to the house, and Homer is reading Blue Pants Weekly, and he's all very excited about it. Ooh, interesting.
I love. There's a lot of online where you can see, lists of these fake like books and magazines that they read, and I hadn't seen that one before, and I would die laughing at them.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of doing this podcast is there's like, we pause it more than you're doing it in like a regular viewing. And I have to say that these sign gags and book gags and stuff like
Yeah,
that are fantastic.
and I love how Homer's reading. He's like going, "Ooh, oh,
Yeah, he's
ooh,
super excited. He's tintillated. Like it's hilarious.
fascinating."
Yeah. I also like how Lisa tries to use the phone and Marge basically lays it down that like, we're not paying the bill, so they're shutting off the line. And Lisa is so distraught. She's like, "Why must you fight with every utility?" And Homer replies,
It's like, "I told you, I have too much time on my hands."
and then Lenny walks up to the window just randomly. And this is such a weird thing to say. I found a bunch of old taco shells in the cooling duct, and like we were going to like call you and let you know, but we got a recording saying that you were a bunch of deadbeats. And I just love the idea that like, and he's eating taco shells just like that they found in this like air duct or cooling duct. That's so
Yeah.
gross. But like Homer is just upset, and he's like, "That's it. They've awoken a sleeping giant." And then Marge is very concerned. "Homer,
What are you
what
gonna
are you going to
do?
do?" And Bart,
He's got his like fingers crossed, his eyes
"Yep,
closed. He's like
yep,
wishing. He's like, "Crazy scheme, crazy scream, crazy scheme."
get me my tools and beer."
Yes.
Yes. Why don't you take the next segment because you like physical violence, and this is what it's
Homer,
all
yeah, I
about.
mean, yes, pain is always funny in The Simpsons. And Homer goes out and he climbs up the telephone pole and he opens the box that there's like a blue, green, and red, thing. And he's like, let's try red. And he starts shocking himself because you climb a telephone pole like you're in danger. And he's like, "No, let's try the blue. Now let's try them both together. Let me try red again." He just like falls off, and then he climbs up. He's like, "Let's try both again."
It's very reminiscent of the slapping joke at the end of Weekend at Burnsies. It's like
Yeah,
smack him, now smack
yes,
me. Yeah,
yeah,
now all three.
absolutely. And it's
uh,
quick cuts, and then of course, Homer
it's
wakes
pretty
like
violent though because like he falls
oh
to the
yeah,
ground and then
oh
the
yeah.
family drags his smoldering corpse. Oh no, wait, sorry, he's still alive. Smoldering body back inside.
Yes, yes, yeah.
And they basically kind of comes to and he's like, "Oh hey." you know
He's like, "How did I get here?" I love how like he's sitting there going like, and then he got, "How did I get here?"
Yeah. And then they find out that to everyone's surprise, because they're kind of like, well, Bart didn't make the call, Marge didn't make the call, Homer didn't make the call, Maggie didn't make the call. Obviously, the call was never made, but it turns out it was Lisa,
Lisa's
and
like,
everyone is just shocked.
"Uh-oh."
Everyone is just shocked. And I love this line. You and I both love it because Marge goes, "You made that call, but you're the good one." And then Homer replies,
Yeah, the one we both like.
I love that line. It's so good.
Bart is sitting to the side, and I had to go back and watch it again because you can see his face. He's like looks kind of like mad for a minute at Homer, and then he turns towards the camera, and his face is just like crestfallen. Oh, poor Bart!
Oh,
Oh, poor Bart!
that's a fun thing. I didn't recognize that Bart's
Oh,
actually had feelings about that. It's pretty
oh,
good.
it's great.
So Lisa, turns out, was sponsoring an orphan boy named Rolando in Brazil who stopped sending letters, and she's concerned something bad happened. And then Homer has this great line, and we get
It's-
another Nazis in South America joke for
I
our
know,
travel
Josh.
theme.
Every one of your episodes, all I'm
Yeah,
saying is
it's very
maybe it's
interesting.
subconscious.
But I love it where he goes because it's classic Homer kind of intelligence.
Yes,
Don't you know the
yes.
boys from Brazil are little Hitlers? I saw it in a movie whose name I can't remember.
There was something in the wiki about like he does this quite a few times, where he says the name of the thing, but he can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, we're not the
Oh.
only one who repeats the jokes here, folks.
Which we do
uh,
quite a bit.
I also love this next little.
Just
Oh
kidding.
yeah. I also like this little back and forth about why it costs $400 because Lisa was like, "Well, when they started pressuring me for donations, you can't hang up on a nun." And Marge immediately is like, "Understand? That's right. They have powers."
Powers, and she's so like serious
Animate,
about it.
very animate about it. Like what? So we all have like Marge's
It's
tragic
totally
past, right?
understandable now.
We have
Yes,
her tragic
exactly.
past, right? So now, like, I'm like, well,
The mystical past now,
what
yeah.
weird superpowered nun came into her life before meeting Homer?
Or it's like grandma and ma going like, "You can't talk back to the nuns. They
Right?
will do terrible things to you."
I
Mm,
mean, they
mm,
are kind of like ninjas with
mm.
rulers. Hey-ya, spink, spink, spink. We
It
have a
makes me think of
VHS tape.
like, yeah.
Kids, that's what you had before DVDs. And then before, never mind, I'm not going to explain physical media. To you. VHS tape. I love the little label on the side because it says little write-offs. Great joke.
Little write-offs.
I love it.
Oh.
And we see an adorable boy thanking Lisa for the money. He now has sturdy shoes, and this will set up our first clip.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you for your donation. Because of your generosity, I bought sturdy shoes that will last for 1,000 sambas.
It is. It's adorable and like
He's very cute.
piteous.
He reminds me of Pepe from the Adopt a Brother episode where the Navy pilot
yeah.
is Bart's like adopted dad, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
like
yeah.
Homer wants to get revenge, so he gets a little
Yeah.
Pepsi. I mean
Yeah.
Pepe.
Pepe.
And he also he's also thankful for the money because he can get a door to hide him from the monkeys. And the monkeys start kind of swarming in because he's like, and now we have a door for our orphanage to prevent the monkeys from coming in. And you hear monkey screeches in the background, and he's like, "Uh-oh!" And he goes running in, and there's like a little slide window thing, like he's working at a speakeasy,
And he goes, "I am like sugar to them."
There's also a cute part where Marge is like, just kind of just overcome with female emotions when looking at the cute little boy. And he's like, "Oh, I want another baby. Homer, can we have another baby?" And he
Like,
makes a crack
no.
about not like getting over the baby weight that he got from the last child, which I thought was funny.
But after seeing Reynaldo, of course, they are, I mean, all of them are smitten, and they have to go and find him now because he's missing. I mean, that's the whole point of this, is that
Right.
he's missing, and he was writing Lisa letters, and they stopped coming, and that's why she called, and now he's missing out in the middle of nowhere. So they're like, Homer's like, "That poor little boy, we have to go find him. How many people are in Brazil?" Lisa's like,
Yeah.
156 million. He goes, "Oh, go."
I also like how Bart's on board. That's great. And everyone doesn't believe him. They're like, "Wait, what?"
He's like,
You?
"I'm really concerned." All right.
What?
I want to meet monkeys.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, could you imagine Bart with an army of monkeys? That's another ad we should have made.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Well, see,
All right,
we
well,
should write for The Simpsons.
No. I don't want to be the one who killed that franchise.
Aren't we already? No, but they make another like very specific joke to that time about like you can get cheap tickets, you buy them online, and again,
Yeah, which is like a new thing. That was like a new
website-
thing that people were able to do.
The websites at this point were not nice. It's like,
No.
oh, you go here and it looks like a DOS page, and you like enter some information here, and so
Each air carrier didn't have their own website yet. There weren't some services like Kayak, that kind of throw things
nothing
together.
like that. No, you could, yeah.
And I do like the line where she's like, "It's really cheap if we change planes in Phoenix, Honolulu, Sun City, and East St. Louis. Spend a night in a haunted house and leave right now."
East St. Louis. East St. Louis is not nice.
We also get,
and then we get a great line,
with Homer.
Homer going,
And it's
"That's
settled. The Simpsons are going to Brazil. And then I like how
And then
Bart
goes,
yeah, go for it.
Because now I've been to every continent. Lisa goes,
Except Antarctica.
And Homer goes,
The Simpsons are going to Antarctica next year. This year, Brazil.
This year, Brazil.
Now it took a
And
little bit longer
that felt like
because
we were doing that. We were so tripping on that, Josh. We get that banter right down on that one.
we got also they did go to Antarctica in season 23 on an episode that we covered here on this very
Yes.
podcast. A
Yeah,
totally fun thing Bart will never do again, which I'm
that's
pretty
right.
sure was a not our favorite.
Ooh,
Not our
and
favorite.
going on these cruises, Josh, they're getting more and more dangerous. You get hantavirus now.
Hunt a virus. I
Mm-mm,
wasn't hunting
nobody
for a
knew that.
virus. I was hunting for a buffet. All right, so the plane name is Aerial Brazil. They don't really go for the plane jokes. We had like trans
No.
whatever for Australia,
Yeah,
right? Like we got Air Brazil, basically. Like,
yeah.
But I do
And,
like Who Wants to Be a
airplane names aren't funny.
Brazilianaire as like the travel Thomas guide. I thought that was pretty cute.
It's pretty funny.
We get confused about the weather. What did you think about this back and forth with like Homer and Lisa?
Well, Lisa's saying, remember they have winter during summer, and Homer's like, wait. Of course he does.
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah.
So in August it's cold, and she's like, and in February it's hot, So it's opposite land. Crooks chase cops. Cats have puppies.
No,
She's like,
Dad,
no,
it's
Dad.
just the weather.
So hot snow falls up.
Yes.
Woohoo!
And then Bart is actually like he's a little bit gun ho on this whole episode.
Yeah.
Much more motivation than I've seen from this miscreant.
Yeah,
And
he's like on Ritalin or something. I
something
agree.
because he has learned Spanish via Bumblebee Man cassettes. That's great.
Get ready, Brazil. I now speak fluent Spanish.
Well done, Bart. But in Brazil, they speak Portuguese.
Ay, caramba, que mujer tonta. 20 horas estudiar para nada.
Forget every word, boy. It's useless.
But Homer,
I said forget it.
Pulls out a phone, hits his head.
Beating himself
done.
in the head.
Three hits with the phone, and it's gone. That's pretty good.
So wait, what did he say? I mean, I think
He was
says,
basically saying like,
learned
"I
Spanish for
caramba, like
nothing."
son of a bitch, like I've been studying for hours and for nothing."
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I hear Aura, Studio.
Studio.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's like, I study for so long for nothing. Nancy
So
Cartwright
then-
killed it too. I'm pretty sure that was her
Oh, yeah.
voice.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know if she's
definitely.
fluent in Spanish, but like she really
But
nails
she
those
knocked that one
Spanish
out of the
lines.
park. I agree.
Like
I
one of Bart's
100%
favorite
agree.
lines is "Ay caramba."
But also this is another Homer joke of like, you're not using it, so get rid of it, boy. Like
Right.
he's forcing Bart to like concuss the Spanish he just learned out of his
Right,
head.
and as we all know too, like Spanish is like a huge language. So many countries speak
Right,
it.
right.
We also have I love the little captain and the co-pilot. I thought they were kind of cute.
This is your captain speaking. The local temperature in Rio de Janeiro is hot, with 100% chance of passion.
Bernardo, you make that joke every time.
It was that joke that made you fall in love with me.
And they're doing the classic like soap opera voice for like
Yes.
what I think I've only seen like Mexican soap operas, but Fernando, mi amigo, ¿por qué? Qué lástima, mi amigo, no.
It's hot. With
And I didn't look it up
100%
myself, but I'm pretty sure
passion.
Hank Azaria is really flexing his muscle for a lot of these.
Oh yeah,
Latin-
there's. I
Latin
mean,
accents.
if unless I'm seeing it wrong, there are no guests on this episode.
Yeah, so it's all the OG cast there.
There you
We
go.
get a Maggie check-in for once, man. We don't have to do like our segment that we sometimes screw up and sometimes gets right. What happened
Right.
to Maggie?
They listened to us.
They
They listened
did.
to us, Josh. And they're
Yeah,
like,
it took
"All
them
right, what happened to
13
Maggie?"
seasons, but they finally listened to Sacrilicious with Robin and Snerts in the year 2026.
And, so we cut to Maggie's hanging with Patty and Selma, and they're like smoking and watching TV, of course. And they're like, "Hey, Maggie, how you doing back there?" And she's like, gives them the thumbs up, and then like, powders her own butt.
Right. She just
Like,
basically changes herself
right,
like perfectly, from
right.
everything. And I love it when they make like Maggie very functional but still
Yes.
a baby. And I was
Right.
wondering like if they had stuff on the cutting room floor like, oh, like they go to the jungle gym or they go to like the store or they do something else and it's all like Maggie doing all the things that a babysitter would do,
Right.
and they're just smoking cigarettes being like "Eh." But that's it. That's all we get. We get that one throwaway of Patty, Selma, and Maggie, and then it's all Brazil all the time until the end of the episode.
So the family arrives in Rio de Janeiro.
Yes. And this they get the first comments they are making is about the Christ on, is it Corcovado?
Corcovado.
Corcovado? Which is, everybody knows it. It's the giant
Yeah.
Jesus statue on the
Yes.
hill. It's been
Yep.
in everything. Like,
Yep.
it's one of the wonders of the world, if I'm not mistaken. And then, of course, Homer has this beautiful like image, and he breaks it down as the following: "Wow, it's like he's on the dashboard of the entire country."
It's very funny.
And we
It's
means
very funny.
dashboard of a car, kids.
Yes, he is. And back in the day, people used to put statues on their cars.
See, when you have 40,000 deaths in auto accidents every year, you want a little bit of extra help. And sometimes you put anime characters on your car, other times you put Jesus. All right. How do we travel? How do we travel in Brazil?
It says here we can get anywhere we want by taking a conga line.
Way ahead of you, Marge. Take me to the hotel. My hands are on a guy's ass. Boy, this dude must work out.
It's definitely like a racy episode in some ways. I mean, they
Right.
say ass, and like Homer is, remarking on having his man on another man's firm.
Well, I think Brazilians are known for their like sexual energy.
And I think that's it. I think that's part of exactly what it is in this episode.
I also find it funny that their hotel sign is Rio de Janeiro.
Yes, that's why I mentioned Rio earlier.
It was so
Rio
silly.
de Janeiro.
And we also get a fun
amazing.
soccer joke, which I love because I used to play it all the time, and like it is a sport that I enjoy to watch. And Brazil, once again,
Absolutely.
is like top tier like soccer talent. I mean,
100%.
there are kids like on the streets who are much better than the entire U.S. men's team.
Is it better than the entire MLS? Absolutely right.
The entire MLS, yeah, you can even believe that 100%. So everyone's playing soccer, but like in their hotel lobbies,
In the hotel lobbies,
and like a suitcase, and someone pulls up the shirt and goes, "Goal!" I also love how people in the lobby are clapping. They're like, "Yeah!"
Oh, it's
and then, of
great.
course,
And
Homer
then-
tries to do soccer and then like fucks it up, and then his suitcase pops open, and we get a book that falls out that says "How to Loot Brazil." Did that make sense
Yeah.
to you? That one was
No.
yeah, okay.
How to Loot Brazil. I think the joke was, this is what I thought after watching it several times, is then Lisa's like, how to loot Brazil, and he goes, oh, I got it, and like walks away suspiciously. I think that was the joke. Not
I thought it was like,
necessarily-
is it like a colonizer thing, like, or like a America
like
coming
that.
into South America to like
Probably.
take resources or do stuff?
I don't know.
All right, so they're unpacking, and Bart turns on the TV, and we get ABCDEF, a parody children's television series from again another name I can't pronounce. Is it Zulu Zuza XUXA? She's like
I thought it was Zalu.
Zalu. Okay.
Zuza?
I get, yeah, it's XUXA. So I don't know how those X's are supposed to be pronounced, but she's a famous television star. And I guess she
Yeah.
had shows
and
that
she
this is the
wore,
basis
like,
of the parody.
Yeah, and
Very
she
kinda
wore
like shows off her
like
cleavage.
a stage, costume.
Sure.
That is, like old
Like a Vegas
dance, like-
showgirl.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Marge is not happy about the programming because it's very kind of sexually suggestive. There's like, there's fun characters like a giant pineapple and a flamingo, but then there's also like scantily clad women that look like, again, like a Vegas showgirl, or these two gals in like spaghetti straps with like tight shorts on, like rubbing up against a letter. And she makes a comment of like, I am not pleased with this. Bert and Ernie left it to your imagination.
Yeah, for the rest of it, I call it the stripper show. Whenever they
Yeah.
reference it. But it's yeah. I mean, it is a direct reference to Zhuzha or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and sorry, sweetie, we did not say your name right whatsoever. Please write angry letters. I also don't know why I said sweetie.
I
That
know,
was
it's with the massage. You just dropped a little misogyny in
Misogyny
the same
in
time.
Oh,
Like,
sugar tits.
on Mother's Day, Josh. On Mother's Day.
I'm sorry, miss.
So then we have like a silly joke with Bart's like, oh, they have a fruit hat, and he puts it on and he does like
Yeah.
the Carmen Miranda, and then Homer's like, look, and they have a mini bar hat. And he goes, I will eat this Toblerone and I will not pay. It's not. But then we get Lisa going, guys, while you're singing and dancing, somewhere out there, Ronaldo is waiting to be found. And Homer goes, there he is.
Well, and
He
she's
goes, "Oh
opening
no."
up the drapes of this
Yeah.
beautiful window that shows like the beach and the mountain and the vista, you know.
And I was like, "There he is!" Oh no, you said he had brown hair. I just love it. It's just another Homer joke in there that is it's hilarious, you know.
So they start out in the slums, and Marge is like, oh, this is great. But Lisa mentions like, oh, they paint them bright, to fool tourists. And
Colors,
then there's
yeah.
also the rat joke where they color all the rats, and then Homer's like, oh, look, they're like little Skittles.
Yes, that joke did not do well,
No.
apparently.
I don't think either did the orphanage name, which if you translate it in English is Filthy Angels Orphanage.
It's a reference to Home Alone, Josh.
Oh, is that what it is? You filthy
No.
animals.
What is that one? Angels with dirty faces or something like that? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then we got basically they do get the nun tells them that the Rolando used to be there. And gee, I wonder like what was like the thought process of them just putting a candle in the window whenever they have a missing children. I wonder what would it be like if we had a little behind the scenes into that scenario.
Oh no, not again. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, Father Francisco,
Yes.
something terrible has happened.
Tell me, my child.
It's Rolando, the little dancing boy. He is missing.
That's the fourth one this week. I will instruct Sister Cecilia to light another candle.
Yes, we must light another candle. I wish there was something else that we could do, but there is nothing we could do.
Yes, my child. It is a terrible thing, but this is God's plan.
Excuse me, but, we could go out and look for the child, or maybe call la polizia, or anything?
No. You do not understand. We light a candle. That could be plan B. Okay?
Yes, we light the candle. Okay, and when do we know if the candle has not worked?
I will repeat myself just for you because you seem a little slow today. It is God's plan. We follow God's plan. The plan is by God. Therefore, we light the candle. I don't understand what the disconnect is. It's very simple. Very simple.
Yes, we light the candle. Rolando, he's gone, so we light the candle. It is God's plan. I just think maybe we could possibly, ask somebody if they'd seen him or something like that.
Look, if you want to put in the extra effort, become a Presbyterian. Don't be fucking with us in this Catholic church, okay?
Oh no, Rolando. Where has Rolando gone? Gone to be with Jesus. Where has Rolando gone? Gone to be with Jesus. Oh
I also like, I do love how Bart calls him out like right away.
yeah.
If you
Yeah.
like tried looking
Art
for
was
the
immediately
kid,
like,
no,
did you try
that's
looking
plan
for
B,
him?
that's
She's
plan
like,
B.
no.
You also get a flying nun joke and so much junk in the trunk. Which I was kind of like,
Because Lisa's like, we're never gonna find him, and Homer's like, yes, we will, and jumps on her back and says, can you fly me over town and look for him? And she's like, we nuns cannot fly. And he goes, oh yeah, too much junk in the trunk. And she's like, yeah.
I mean, Brazilians do have beautiful butts, but like still, I thought it was just kind of weird.
It's
we
a
have
flying nun, man. You don't know about the flying nun?
Yeah, I don't know. She had the hat on to make it look like it was the flying nun. Whatever. So the family is eating at a restaurant where meat is served on swords. And everybody's
where it's like, have some meat on a sword, Lisa, it'll cheer you up. And she goes, Bart, I'm a vegetarian. And Homer goes, but you're on vacation, honey. I'm not wearing my wedding ring. And
Homer.
Like, Homer. I love that.
It's very convenient too that they were eating at a place with so many swords because she has a map that she spreads out on the table and points out where they need to be looking for the rest of the episode, and then cuts it in half, saying that, the whole if we'll split up, we can cover more ground. So boys go one way, girls go the other way, and then Homer's trying to get the waiter's attention for the check, And we get the Yes Man that was in a previous episode. This is a character
But
I think that was
skewers him in the butt to
lifted
get his
from
attention.
Lucio Ball, right? The whole yes,
Was that in Desi
I think it was
Lucy?
in I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
I think he was a character there, and then they picked him
Alright.
up. And he had one of the jokes from an older episode. It's like, why do you talk like that? I had a stroke.
Yes, he's a great character. But in this
So
one, he goes, see.
And then I looked it up. The Portuguese word for yes is sim. So that might be one of the things they're kind of like, hey, you know.
See, but people, you'd still say it's C, Josh.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is there an M in it?
They like to be different.
This is why language doesn't make sense. Homer and Bart head to Copacabana Beach for their first place. And I love this bit because the lifeguard blows the whistle and he's like, Americans. And Homer's like, how do you know it's me? And there's a t-shirt and it's Uncle Sam taking a bite out of the globe with a caption that says, try and stop us.
Try and stop us. It's just
Robin,
the most, oh God.
This came out in 2002.
It is great.
We're
It's
like
definitely a MAGA
24
shirt.
years later.
Yeah.
And still like,
oh yeah.
makes sense today. God damn it.
Oh, and we got to get that shirt made. We'd make billions, Josh. And people would wear it unironically, which I love.
And the lifeguard mentions there is a dress code, and basically they have to change into Speedos.
Yes, they do. And did you notice? So they show Homer at a very close shot of his crotch with the Speedo on, and you do get some angles in the which is,
I didn't look that far. I love how Bart goes like,
re-
I'm sorry. I like how Bart goes like, I feel so European. You know?
But I did notice there's one thing is they do not show Bart's Speedo except for the very top. They're like
just the establishing shot of the two of them walking.
They'll show his butt, but they wouldn't go there.
Yeah.
With Bart,
versus Homer, which you're talking about before, you're absolutely right. Because the camera was pointed upwards, right? And they like made his legs like extra chubby. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's in there. And he's like, mine keeps disappearing and the back of it's just sliding up his crack.
Yeah, it's a classic like suction animation.
It's just riding up. And he puts another one. He's like, don't worry about it. I'll cover that up. He puts on another one and he goes back up there. And what is the line he says? He says,
oh, I hope they're going somewhere good. That's pretty good. And then of course he's like, all right, boy, it's time to strut our stuff. And there's a series of just visual gags of people looking at him in the Speedo and just like trying to blind himself.
There's the first person is like throwing it in their eyes. I love the last woman. She just grabs the jellyfish and slaps it over her face. I think that's a Portuguese man of war too, Josh. That'll kill you.
Yeah, those man of wars are no joke. Yeah. Marge and Lisa head to a samba school, and then we get basically Hank Azaria's character from the Birdcage answering the door. And I love how he's like talking about how he's gonna be like, we are now developing our most powerful dance, the penetrada. It makes sex look like church. And the way he delivers the "it makes sex look like church" is so weird. And Marge kind of gets grossed out about it. She's like, oh, I don't think Lisa should be here.
And he yells at her. He's like, and I feel like this was an ad lib from Hank Azaria. He's like, you can't protect her forever, you stupid lady.
Yeah, that felt very like just negative for some reason too. It's like, wow, okay, all right, fine.
I liked it.
So next up on Homer and Bart, as you can tell, we're going to start ping-ponging between the two. We got fruit juice stand, and this one was okay. I mean, I guess I don't know much about Brazil and their culinary stuff. I guess they have really sweet drinks from all the fruit.
Yes, and Homer goes, "Give me your sweetest," and it's like the sweetest thing. But yes, they like sweet drinks very much. Okay. So.
And then it was so sweet that he had to like start shoveling dirt into his mouth, and he kind of like crawls onto his side, like in the fetal position, drooling.
Yeah, it's nothing too great, but Bart walks up and he's like, "There's got to be 1 million kids here. Like we'll never find Ronaldo." And the woman serving the drinks goes, "Ronaldo, you know him?" And Homer's like, "You know him?" She's like, "No. I just was distracting you while my kids rob you."
Right.
And all the street urchins run up and just rip like
Oh
their
yeah,
pockets off.
and they're all like disheveled with old clothing, and many of them don't have shoes with very muddy feet.
It's maybe not the greatest scene in this,
It's very kind of
movie.
reminds me of like Dickens, with the orphans and everything like that, with Oliver and stuff like that. Please, sir, may I have some more?
Very much, yeah. Like gypsy children too. Have been
Yeah,
doing things
yeah,
like that.
100%.
Yep.
And things don't work much better for Marge and Lisa. Are kind of like, like, oh, we're not finding Rolando. Maybe we can get Maggie a present. And it turns out like every item they pick from a vendor stand is alive. Like they think like one of the mammals, I forget what Marge calls it, is like
It's a
stuffed.
cotamundi, which is a wild animal kind of. I think it's similar to like a raccoon.
Sure.
And they have them hanging there, and it's like it's a stuffed animal, but then it's like
Right. And then she's like, oh, maybe just his bracelet, and it ends up being a snake.
It's all right. Those two jokes, I mean, both those scenes kind of like were a bit of a throwaway. And she does say everything has to be something here.
I thought that was such a weird line because everything is something.
You don't get it, Josh. You don't.
I guess
get
I
it.
don't. Well, we're gonna up the stakes here because Homer and Bart have one place to go to, and it's across town. So, not remembering the tip that Lisa gave earlier about not going into unlicensed taxis, Homer hops in.
Taxi!
My American friend, I'm afraid that this is a kidnapping.
He's
So
so
that means
polite.
I don't have to pay the fare.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm afraid you don't appreciate the seriousness of the situation.
Fine. Take me, but let the boy go.
I'm afraid he has already gone.
And then we see Bart not running, not screaming,
Only.
casually walking around the corner.
Just like leaving, just walking
It's
away.
hilarious. Like he's so nonchalant about Homer getting captured. He's just going on with his day.
It's such a good visual.
And I
gag.
love how polite the kidnapper is. He's like, my American
Absolutely.
friend. I am so sorry.
I am so sorry. I am afraid this is a kidnapping.
And I
So
love
the
also as they drive
kidnapping
away.
continues.
They drive away, right? And the little like taxi sign turns on to hostage.
Yes, exactly. It is very common in Brazil, Josh.
Yeah.
Clearly, like it
Oh, it
happens
is.
all over the
Kidnapping
place,
is.
so they're used to it. So
I
they
guess.
like to know if it's a real taxi or not. So it was very nice of him to do again.
I also like how we come back from commercial break and it's straight up Miami Vice.
Yes, yes. You see them on a speedboat zipping
Yeah.
down the Amazon, of course, which is 5 hours and 55 minutes by plane, Josh. Just remember that tidbit. But it's a great, I mean, you get the fantastic, guitar-led Miami Vice.
Wait, are you telling me that you do not believe that taxi cab, the unlicensed taxi cab, couldn't fly like those cars from that 1980s cartoon Mask? They just flew to the Amazon, bro.
I
They just
loved
flew.
Mask.
Yeah.
Mask was like my favorite because the toys were amazing.
The toys are so cool. You
The
had like a
toys were
Trans Am that
amazing.
like was able to
The
fly.
Trans Am was my favorite
That was
toy
so
growing
good.
up. I didn't
Yeah.
have one, and this guy had one, and I was so covetous of it.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. I had the Trans Am one for sure. I also had the motorcycle that turned into a helicopter.
So
Basically, guys at home, like,
yeah.
because I say
The
guys, because it's
motorcycle.
90% guys who are going to be into this.
Right.
But like the helicopter, like, or the motorcycle, basically has like a blade that comes out of the back and it
yeah.
starts spinning like it's some kind of
Yeah.
Inspector Gadget
Yeah.
thing. Like
Yeah.
you were eating so many bugs if you were that bicycle or motorcycle driver, and then goes into the air. Like, what do we? Anyway,
Josh, this is what we call a tangent.
very much so. But yeah, Mask, everybody, look up the theme song because it's a banger.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
might,
100%.
yeah, I actually might throw in a little tidbit in post. We'll see.
But we get to this point and we both love this next third act.
Yes.
With Homer and the kidnappers. It's like our favorite bit in this entire thing.
Well, because it's very much it's a very serious situation that no one's taking seriously, and it starts with Homer basically be like, "Where are you taking me?" And one of the criminals is like, "Shut up and take that stupid bag off your head." No, it smells like cinnamon, and I just love the idea, because I was like, I can
Homer,
imagine
like-
Homer just being like, "Oh, I like cinnamon." Boom, bag.
Yeah,
You know?
well, he's like, this is kidnapping, so I should have a bag over there. Like, you don't need a bag. He's like, no,
Yeah.
I should.
We get a Brazilian nut joke about his bladder, and he's like,
Yes,
"We just
he
call
was-
them nuts."
I have a bladder the size of a Brazil nut. We just call them nuts here. Yeah.
And he convinces them to do another pit stop because who wants them to pee in their boat, right? So he's like tries to run away in the Amazon jungle and immediately is turned back by blood-sucking bats.
Yes. Meanwhile, back in the hotel,
A very calm, nonchalant Bart returns to the hotel room to watch Teletubbies. And then we see a big titty blonde with nipple tassels, and she's teaching everybody the difference between clockwise and
Well, so
counterclockwise.
he says, "Time for Brazil's favorite kids show, Teleboobies." And this is when Marge turns it off. It's like, "Where's your father?" And he's like, "Kidnapped."
Oh wait, I thought we had a clip here.
No, I just love how it's just him.
Sorry,
him
man.
just very
I totally
nonchalantly
blinked. I
again.
totally, man, my fucking, I just flatlined. Oh yeah. Sorry, you were saying Bart was nonchalant about the kidnapping.
It's
and,
just like, "Where's your father?" He goes, "Kidnapped."
yeah. And then I also like how we continue to hear the television show with the well-endowed woman.
Well, he turns it back on. He's like, Marge is like, "Oh my god, what do we do?" And he's like, "Wait for the call. Like, there's nothing."
I did love that line. I thought that line was pretty funny because it's just like, I don't know, wait for the call, and then all we hear is on top of, beneath, on top of, beneath,
and it's Lisa and Marge and Bart watching it.
in
Bart's
silence.
had every time they've watched this, Bart's eyes have been like big as saucers, but you see like Lisa reacting to it, Marge reacting to it. Whatever's going on is not good, Josh.
So Marge decides to go to the police to help finding not only Homer but Rolando, who's still part of the plot apparently. And
so you want me to help you find your husband, and
Yes.
you also want me to find a little boy.
Yes.
I don't think there is a boy or a husband. I think you are attracted to me.
And then a man comes in with a gunshot wound. He's like, "Hey, I've been shot."
Goes,
And the guy
"I
gets
am
kind of
flattered."
offended, not
He
offended.
goes, "I
I'm
am
sorry.
flattered, but I do not swing that way."
Yeah. So basically, this is the stupid cop motif, but Brazilian
Yeah,
style.
yeah.
And he just thinks like everybody's coming into his
And then, all
precinct
Brazilians,
is
looking for
going to be
sex.
yeah.
Yeah,
Which is kind of hilarious. I mean, that guy must just get it all the time. His body count must be high up there, right?
Well, so somebody comes in with they've been shot, and they're like, "Oh, I've been shot," and he's like, "Yes, you want to go?" And they're like, "Oh, okay, sure."
So the criminals are demanding $50,000 to free Homer. The problem is they've only come up with $1,200.
I just like the beginning where Homer goes of this next scene. He goes, "I have another itch," and the president goes, "Yeah, well, scratch yourself. I'm not going there again."
Yeah, there's all these kind of little times where like the criminals are actually trying to be as accommodating as possible to
They
Homer.
are. They're very nice.
Yeah, and I also love how Homer has like a clipboard on there. He's like, "Okay, only 1,200, huh? All right, that's very nice, honey. All right, that'll buy you one of my legs or something they call a mystery bag."
I love the mystery bag. I mean, I love that. She says, "With all of our savings and the money Grandpa wired us, we have
Well, and there's a couple pearl
$1,200."
necklaces too, like in the pile of cash, which I thought was interesting because they always are wearing the pearls, right? And I also like how the criminals are like, "You've eaten $1,200 worth of food," and Homer does it quick. He's like, "Oh no,
No, I didn't.
well, actually,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
okay, yeah, sure, yeah." So he tries to call various people, and that's what we got going for this next bit. And he starts with Mr. Burns.
Ahoy,
Ahoy, hoy.
Mr. Burns, it's Homer Simpson. I've been kidnapped and I need $50,000.
Well, I'm high on sheep embryos, so I am feeling charitable. How about I advance you the money and you work it off?
No deal.
So then he calls Mo, but Mo is so quick on the draw because he's like, no, hey, I don't, no questions asked, no questions asked. I need you to send me $50,000.
First he goes, "Mo Savin, home of the stinkiest rag in America."
Huh? I wonder if those two things are connected there, Robin. Well, I wonder, like, if there's some kind of competition with Mo trying to get some funds
Is it
from the
really the
stinkingest
stinkiest
rag.
rag in
I don't know.
America?
Let's find out.
Doodle-doo,
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 doodle-doo, doodle-doo,
doodle-doo.
doodle-doo. My eyes.
Good, good. I can taste it, man. Yeah. You get used to it after a few minutes. Come in. Hey, can I get you guys a beer?
Ah, you must be the proverbial Mo. My name is Arthur Guinness, and this is my brother Edward.
Oh, how do you do, sir?
We are also very interested to see if you are in possession of the stinkiest rag in America.
Yeah. Okay. What do I get out of this then? A certificate of achievement and the honor of being a Guinness World Record holder.
Yes, and many individuals leverage that for fame and fortune.
Financial gain, eh? Yeah, let me find the rag. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Hey, Bon, you seen the rag?
Oh, yeah, here you go, Mo. I was using it for a seat cushion.
Thanks, Bon. All right, gentlemen, here is the rag. And I think you'll agree it's the stinkiest damn rag in America.
Oh, quite right. It's most disgusting.
Indeed, I could pass out. Sir, here is your certificate. And if you would kindly sign here. Yes, there you go. That's fantastic. Yeah, sure, here you are. Wait a minute. Why does this say I owe you 50 grand?
We got another one, dear Edward.
We certainly did, dear Arthur.
Oh, you have 48 hours to fulfill the payment.
Yeah, and what if I just don't pay?
Well, then we'll break your legs and burn down the bar. Oh, it's ever so much fun.
Fun. It really is. I like the burning. I'm a bit of a pyro myself. Yes.
Yeah, especially during the summer months.
All right, Jews. That's tough but fair. All right, I get your money. You stinking British brothers and their schemes coming over here.
Ooh, we're so delightfully clever. Oh,
we're quite naughty, aren't we?
Oh, a little bit. Yes, a little bit of the darker side. Oh,
yes.
just like
Mother
Father
would
after the war.
Father would be so proud of us, the effort we put in, but Mommy, I'm afraid, would spank us. She would turn our buttons. But I love the stinkiest rag in America, but I love the back and forth where Homer goes, "Hey Mo," and he goes, "Homer, listen, I need $50,000."
Yeah.
And Homer's like, "No, I need $50,000." And Mo's like, "I asked you first." and
then he calls
Homer's
Flanders.
Like, fine, I'll give you $50,000.
And then he calls Flanders. He's like, "Hey, Flanders, I need $100,000." And Flanders is like basically like in his nicest way possible saying like, "That's not going to happen, but I'll pray for you."
I don't have that up. And then we get Homer going,
"Go suck a Bible." He says it with such vitriol too. Like it almost didn't sound like Dan Castellaneta. Like I was like, that doesn't sound like Homer, right? "Go suck a Bible." Like, it was so
"Go
vicious.
suck a Bible."
Yeah. Man. And then so Marge, Lisa, and Bart are walking through the streets and they find Carnival. And there's kind of a fun bit where everyone's kind of lamenting the situation with the music and the passion and everything else going through them makes them have to dance.
Marge is like, "Oh, your father would have loved this. The drunkenness, the ambiguous sexuality."
Yeah, and I also love how Marge does her whole like, "Well, I must dance, but I also must worry," after hearing from a couple Brazilians who tell them it's like, "You cannot escape Carnival because even running is a certain kind of dance."
And then the guy runs and he's on fire. He's like, "I'm on fire and still I dance."
Yeah. So Marge is basically, and it's a
stupid.
very much of a visual gag, but she's kind of doing like the white person dance of like left and right, left and right. And then she's like, left and right, left and right.
So then we get one of my favorite lines in the entire thing. Bart goes, "Hey, look, it's the stripper from the kids show. She makes paying attention cool."
I just like how everybody knew exactly what he was talking about too. And then the flamingo on the float, the same flamingo that we saw in the children's cartoon earlier, calls out to Lisa, and she immediately kind of freaks out. She's like, wait, why are you talking to me? And we get a zipper reveal, and it's Rolando, who was able to get a dancing gig after it says Ronaldo, like the soccer player. But
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh, it's Rolando. That's
Rolando,
who
like
I
the
was
soccer
getting.
player. Yeah,
No. But that's not his name, right?
that's
His
his
name,
name. That I was, as far as I was able to tell, everyone's calling him Rolando in the script that I found.
right? But this says Ronaldo in the
I
script that I found. That's
Yeah.
funny.
I mean, it's almost like people
That's why I
can't
got
pronounce
confused.
Spanish names, and we're two of them. I don't know. But
But I was
basically,
wondering why I was getting it confused earlier, and I was like, "Oh, there, that makes sense."
yeah, I mean, I
Stupid.
had to double check, man, because I heard Orlando, like he was from Orlando with that, you get rid of the R. I heard
Yeah,
Rolando, like,
yeah.
but basically he got this dancing gig because of the shoes that Lisa, got him with the money and everything to that nature. And she's like, "Oh, why didn't you tell me?" And he replies, "I tried to write, but I don't know what state you live in." Well, it is a bit of a mystery, yes, but if you look at all the clues, you can figure it out.
I mean, it's so funny that the cachet and the fandom of the show is so strong that now they're making fun of the fandom at this point in season 13
Yeah.
because fans, this is what the internet was made for, is fans getting on chat rooms, and that's what started in the mid 90s is when people really started doing that, and all they would get on and do is be like, "I think if they're in Oregon."
Yeah. I also still think
Oh,
it's fun if you don't know where they're from. It being ambiguous to me is more
100%.
is the
And
best
it's
part.
and it's the way it should always be.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, Josh, at work, I am in a system and I'm setting up a new, a company to show clients that I'm going to have. And the company I set up is the Springfield nuclear power plant.
Oh, there you
And
go.
I found a Springfield, Oregon, and that's because I actually had to put a
Yeah. No, there is a
real
Springfield,
address in.
Oregon for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's something that makes me happy at work. Is now.
Nice. Gotta be. Yeah. I mean, all the little things that we bring into work to just let them know that we're Simpsons fans. So we get basically Rolando's like, "Come to the studio," and this is one of my favorite nipple tassel jokes of the whole idea because they're like, "Where's the studio?" And then she's like, "That way," and then the tassels
They
point
point.
like, yeah, after like circling a bit, they just like a pointer dog or like someone doing a side flag play on a soccer game, like boom, they're that way.
It's amazing.
And apparently Rolando is making bank as a TV star, and he says, "Well, I make as much as Malcolm in the Middle, and because I have no parents, my earnings remain unstolen." So the family is going to
That's
be taking a
perfect.
gondola ride up Sugarloaf Mountain, and there's a fun bit where Marge is upset about the tension, and Bart does like a random switch on the gondola, and the
Well,
music
it's because the
switches.
music is
Yeah,
very
very
tense.
tense. And then it kind
It
of like turns
switches
into
it
lighthearted
like a
music, and she's like,
samba, like
I
dun
don't
dun
really
dun.
think that's like fitting the situation. And then they do like the classic Simpsons tension beat that you hear a lot in like Sideshow Bob episodes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And she's like,
Like,
"Oh, that's right.
yep,
That's
that's
just
it
right.
right
That's
there.
just
Yeah,
right. Yeah."
everybody's like, "Yep, that's it."
Homer and the criminals are coming the opposite way. And we get a little bit of a scrapbook going on because Stockholm Syndrome is happening.
I made a little scrapbook to remember the kidnapping. I'm still working on it, but as you can see, oh, look. This is a cigarette butt you burned me with.
You slept like a baby that night.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's pretty funny
So
because there's
fondly.
like a leaf that says toilet paper, and there's like a switch and a bunch of other like random things, like a tooth is on there. It's a pretty funny little scrapbook that shows that like what Homer was experiencing was traumatic, was violent, even though people are kind of like just laughing about it.
Because it's fun. Homer gets hurt. It's just the way that it goes.
And
He can
Marge
take a
is
beating.
confused and is like, "Homer, why are you laughing?" "Oh, he has the Stockholm Syndrome. He has come to identify with his captors. They let me
And I
stay
love-
up all night." Like a little kid.
It is like a little kid, and then Marge responds in kind, and she's like, "Well, you're not doing that at home."
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. All right. So they toss over the gay ass money. Do you want to make a comment?
There's a joke because it's all pink and purple,
Yeah.
dollars, And the guy goes, "Our money sure is gay." I mean, it's just like, it's random, but again, it's part of this episode is just trying to like push the envelope a bit, and I always like it when the Simpsons do that.
And I also like how Homer tries to jump there, and of course he's gonna miss, and like the wire snaps, and they plummet to their death. Maybe we'll find out. But I love the two criminals too, and they're like very aware of the situation.
Yeah.
We should make these transfers in a safer place. It was Homer's idea, and you say no to that face. And so I thought
Just
it was
looking
pretty
at the
damn
picture
funny.
of him, and
Yeah,
it's
he's like, "How
Homer
can you
just
say
being
no?"
big lovable
Yeah,
Homer. How can you say
yeah.
no to that face? Oh.
And then there's this great animation as the family is tumbling down the gondola.
Limits.
I just saw the abyss again, and I kind of got some vibes from that like scene when they're in the sub, right? That's like
Uh-huh.
super in the bottom of everything,
Uh-huh.
but instead it's a gondola falling down a mountainside. But
It tumbles
thankfully,
down.
it's a
Everybody's fine.
cartoon, and everyone's fine. So like all
Yep.
the action, all the violence, it's just nonsensical.
And
And
they're
then
like, "Homer, are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm better than okay, because I've learned no matter how much I screw up, Marge, you'll always bail me out." Marge is like, and then Lisa goes, Mom, Dad, we better do something about this." And it cuts to Bart inside of a snake.
yeah, he's basically inside of an anaconda.
And he's standing up. It's
Yeah,
like his outline
it's
in
very
this.
much like when the school snake ate all the children. You
Right.
know?
That's exactly it. You see like the three of them right down the line.
Yeah.
And then we get this, as we discussed earlier, like they did not know how to end this
No.
episode. So Bart inside the anaconda goes, "Don't be sad, it's Carnival."
And the
they
music
all
starts
start
playing.
dancing. Yeah,
And they all
yeah.
start dancing. And then the credits roll.
Very silly. Very, very silly.
Robin, do you hear that sound?
What's that, Josh?
Well, you know what time it is. It's the
Crusty
Brand
Brand
Seals of Approval. Waka, waka, waka. I like that.
Waka waka waka.
All right. It's my episode. I will go first. Blame It on Lisa is not the most memorable episode. Prior to this recording, I've seen it 2 or 3 times, but struggle to remember a single joke that made me laugh out loud. After preparing for this podcast, I'm happy to report there were a few real LOLs. Lindsay Nagel saying that she's a sexual predator, and that could be just being dropped right away was probably the best way to handle that. The new dance, Penetrata. Just the name, such a great name. Bart simply walking away from the kidnapping and being nonchalant about the whole situation in general. Yeah. And of course, nipple tassels. Nipple tassels. The opening phone bits are a little weak in my opinion. The mystery of Rolando isn't that exciting either and ends anticlimactically. I never thought the kid was in danger as they trekked across Rio. It was basically an excuse for them to visit various sites, throughout the city with this like vague goal in mind instead of just being like wandering tourists. But it's weird because they still happen to hit like all the hot tourist spots, right? Similar thing with Homer's kidnapping. It feels a little bit higher in tension, but everyone's just kind of laughing and smiling way too much. It was very convenient that they found the money with Rolando, so they didn't have to like really do much outside of the city, and then everything just kind of resolve itself. And we don't really know how to end it, so let's just have Bart and the snake. It's one of those episodes you watch and be like, all right, what else you got? If I was a Brazilian, this would be a 1, but I'm one of those try and stop us Americans, so it's getting a 2.
It's craptacular.
There you go.
What do you think, bud?
Well, it is definitely Schwartzweldery with a mountain of jokes. So many Hoper jokes. It's an episode that is out there for sure. And I realize that it could be offensive, but I didn't find it, overtly offensive. Me personally, it's very silly. And I really like the edginess of the jokes, the jokes about, I love that the jokes about sexuality was really kind of a counter to Americans' puritanical approach that is very much different in other cultures, very much in Brazil. And so I enjoyed it very much. I am giving this a 4.
Ooh, a 4.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. It felt like an edge on a spork, not like an edge on a knife, you know. But
A butter
yeah,
knife,
there you
maybe,
go.
but it's not a real knife. No, yeah, yeah, I mean, it's exactly what you're saying. Like some of the jokes I loved, the kidnappers I thought were great. I thought that the little things like the monkeys and now they won't bite me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like
I taste like
them.
sugar,
I
you
mean, it just
know.
a lot of those jokes are hilarious. Um, yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Sweet. Well, that's a wrap for Sacrilicious with Robin and Snerts. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please do all the cliches, the liking, the following, the commenting, or just tell a friend. We are currently on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. My shout outs. Just want to thank all my friends, family, coworkers, well-wishers for the birthday love. It was an easy day job shift and a fun close at the local bar, Boardwalk 11. They had a street taco tent, live band music, and I had plenty to drink that night. Too much to drink that night. And I had plenty of food to eat that night. Too much food to eat that night. And I only ended up spending like $30, which was a steal. So I always appreciate the generosity of my friends and kissing my ass on my birthday. On a more serious note, I want to say my thoughts are with my cousin Kelsey, who was recently diagnosed with leukemia. She's currently going chemotherapy, and I hope that she makes a full and speedy recovery. Fuck cancer, kicks his ass. You got this, Kelsey. And thanks to all our listeners. We appreciate you taking the time and tolerating our nonsense, with a special shout out to Moxford, the reddest fan of them all.
The doctor.
Do you want to hear more from your old pal Snerts? Then check out the PlayStation Experience and PSVG on your podcast platform of choice. I can also be found on most of the things at Lord_Snerts. Robin, outros, plugs. What you got?
I want to give a big shout out to the moms, given that it is today Mother's Day. The grandmothers that we still have with us: Paula, Ramona, Alice, and Kit. And I'm going to forget some, I'm sure, here, but all the mothers in our life: Chelsea, Dot, Kat, Andy, Hillary is a new mom, Emily, Judith, Catherine, and my cousin Lindsay, who is my Mayday birthday twin. She was born 6 days after me, though, Josh, so I'm older. And of course, those we have lost: Barbara, Kitten, Pammy, and my mother Kathleen, who remains with me and forever will. And remain massively grateful for having her in my life as my mommy.
And so I don't get in trouble with the loved ones in my life. Shout out to my mom, Lori, Grace, my godmother, who's like a second mom, and Eileen, Aunt Barbara, Katie Cossack, Helena Eichberg, and good Lord, everybody else at work who keeps getting knocked up and are still pretty rad. It's pretty interesting, man. Like there's a lot of like new moms at the office. So this Mother's Day, they all kind of went out to like a big lunch and everything like that. And I was like, oh, you guys go. Take 2 hours, have a good time. So yeah, shout out to all the moms making it happen, especially if you're a good one.
But not to skip over it. Fuck cancer.
Yeah.
Fuck cancer.
Yeah.
It's fuck it right in the fucking face.
Yep. The good news is like the outlook is good. I think she just has to go through this rough patch and everything will come out okay on the other side. At least that's the hope. So, all right. Our goal is to get the next episode out on May 31st. It's weird because the timing happens that we're getting 3 episodes out in May. It's just kind of the way it works. But here we go. This will be our final episode of the travel theme, and Robin is taking us to glorious Italy with the Italian Bob from season 17. That's one of the ones that I enjoy because we get a little bit of expansion in the Sideshow Bob lore with his wife and kid. And I hope that will be like a fun ride for us to finish out our first attempt at a theme, which is the Simpsons go-to insert place here. Robin, hit me with that sweet quote.
Hey, look, it's the stripper from the kids show. She makes paying attention cool.
Take me, but let the boy go.
I'm afraid he has already gone.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.